Welcome to my next mini lesson, number 6. We're going to discuss the midpoint formula. We're going to get right to it. This will be a quick, short one. This is a review from algebra, and the midpoint formula is nothing more than just trying the middle point of this line segment where it splits it exactly in half. I'm going to go find the midpoint between these two coordinates, -6, 2, and 3, 4, and use the midpoint formula right here that I clipped off the web. In class, sometimes I just write x plus x1 and y plus y1. This is just to distinguish between my x's and my y's, because here's an x, and here's a y, and here's another x, and another y. So if I say, hey, grab an x, you're going to say, which one? Well, just call that x1 and that one x2. So that could be x1, y1, and that could be x2, y2. That way we know which one we're talking about when I say, hey, look at that x. Because we can have lots of these. All I do is just plug in. Look at this. You've kind of done this for a few years now. This is just like taking the average of two numbers. So we have -6 plus 3, plugging it right into the formula. And that is nothing more than -6 plus 3 is -3, so -3 halves. In geometry, we often use decimals, so that's -1.5. And for my y's, I have 2 plus 4 over 2 is equal to 6 over 2, which is equal to 3. So my midpoint coordinate is -1.5 and 3. And I can plot that, -1.5 and 3. That's going to be right about there. And this splits it directly in half. There's other easier ways to look at this. I say, well, look at what we're doing. We're just saying how far along the x's did we go and cut the x's in half. We went from -6 to 3. Here, I'll show you right here. We went from -6, we just traveled from -6 to 3, and we just find the midpoint of that. Well, we went to -3.5. -1.5, I'm sorry. So we went right here. And the same thing for the y's. We're going from 2 to 4. Well, the middle of that is 3. And this is where these two things meet, right here. Yay. That is it for the midpoint. You're going to have lots of in-class practice, nothing to stress over, and we're keeping it very basic. Later on, I'm going to give you the midpoint, and an endpoint, and you have to find the other endpoint. But I'll say that for another lesson.